Hi everybody, hi friends and family, happy Valentine's Day. I'm so excited to see you and get to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day. For those in the States, I know I might be a bit early, but it's one of the benefits of living in the future. So first I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all your amazing feedback on the last video. It's just overwhelming and beautiful, and I'm just so grateful to all of you guys for that and for watching, and I just feel really appreciative that I get to connect with all of you guys because I'm just loving all the feedback and just getting to keep talking with everyone. So today, top of mind, Valentine's Day, I wanted to share or talk about my own love story and talk about the power of standing at the edge of that cliff, metaphorically obviously, and whether or not you jump. And so, you know, for me, when I talk about these kind of clifftop moments, it's that the big moments in our lives, whether it's relationships, career, you know, really taking that leap into something new or making a big change. And I just, even in my own mind, when I'm in these spaces, I even visualize myself on this cliff, you know, and jumping off. And so, you know, I would be feeling scared and excited, fearful of the unknown, all these things that we all feel when we're about to embark on something really great. Because I actually believe that, you know, for greatness to come in, you know, you need to go through this process. You need to just jump and surrender and allow the unknown to come in to place. So, but what I want to tell you and share with you is a clifftop moment in my life when I had to jump that kind of ties it back to Valentine's Day and my love story. And so I was, you know, in my early 20s and had been in a relationship with a guy and, you know, really was into him, and my mom thought I was going to marry him, and yeah, like crazy. And I was really into him, and, you know, he ended it. Just wasn't that into me at the end of the day. And I was totally devastated, as we are sometimes when relationships end. But you know what? I took this moment and I said to myself, I need to just stop and reassess. I need to stop and reassess. I'm attracting the same guys, same kind of relationships, even like probably since I was in high school, just repeating those same patterns over and over again, and not really even getting kind of what I was needing or what was right in or out of a relationship, in a really kind of partnership serving relationship. So I decided to stop, take a step back and reassess, so I could kind of figure out what I was doing wrong, so that I could start attracting the right guys and start getting the right relationship. So I did that, and for 2 years I pretty much really didn't have any boyfriends. Like, there was kind of occasional people I might go out on dates with, but no one was really kind of doing it for me. And there was even this one guy that I was dating, and he was such a nice guy, and I kind of talk about this even with some of my friends, how I wasn't really that into him. It was one of those where I wasn't that into him, but I was staying in it because he was actually really nice to me, and it was a totally different kind of relationship. And I felt like I actually needed to learn what it was like for someone to be nice to me, and it felt really uncomfortable. And so that was just this process of starting to shift and starting to change. And I believe that when we, you know, start to make these shifts and changes into the directions we want to be going in, sometimes it can actually feel really uncomfortable. So back to the story. So 2 years, really no one to speak of. And I was in this actually really good space. I was working at a high school for the arts, teaching high school, loving it, really accepting of the situation of kind of not being with anyone and being actually totally cool with it. And I was in Delray Beach, Florida, because that's where I was living, in Boca. And I was at Dada in Delray. Probably many of you that I'm friends with have been there. And it was a Wednesday night, out with some girlfriends, and I see this guy like from across we were sitting outside. Those that know Dada, he was at a table across the way. And I couldn't stop looking at him. And he was looking at me. And we were just like locking eyes and, kind of going back to our conversations and then looking at each other. And it was really one of those amazing moments. And so I said to my girlfriends, oh my God, there's this really cute guy over there. Like, I don't know. I don't think he's from around here. Just something I could tell. He was at this big table with all these guys. Anyways, gets to towards the end of the night, and my girlfriend say, listen, like, we know you think this guy's cute, but we gotta go. So I decided to wave to him. And so I just waved, hi, I'm leaving, this is it. And he came over to me and introduced himself, and we chatted, and he was touring around the country with PlayStation and was on tour with Ozfest. So like I was totally right, not from this area. And he had like this really funny accent, not funny, but I just could tell also not American. And so anyways, we exchanged details, and, he invited me to go to the show, and I was like, not really my thing, but, would love to like catch up with you again. So anyways, we planned to meet again the next night at Dada and had a date. And we had a great time, and it was it was beautiful. And then the next day he was off to California in his car, right? Like, he's traveling the country and I'm in Florida. And so we, talked for, on and off over the next few weeks. And he said to me, you know what, why don't I fly you out to wherever I am? Let me know when you've got some time off. And so I said, okay. And here's my clifftop moment. Okay, so this was in California is where he was and wanting to take me to. So I'm now thinking to myself, I am about to go get on a plane to spend like, let's say 4 days with a guy I've been on one date on and spoken to on the phone. But something in me was just like, you know what, I just gotta jump. I just have to like take this leap of faith. And so obviously I'm talking about my husband, because I flew to California. We had an amazing time together. And it was that trip, would have been October, that we bought my plane ticket to Australia to meet his family. And, by Christmas Eve, we were having our engagement party in Australia. And it was so funny because we had not really spent that much time together because he was traveling over the country. And so when I came to Australia, we were together for 3 weeks for our engagement party, that we had there too. And it was the longest time we ever spent together. So it just was an amazing time of thinking about trusting and surrendering. And, when I think about it, and that was obviously, we met at the end of August. That was 13 years ago. And, we have 2 amazing kids and a great time together. There's no one else I'd want to do this crazy ride with. And, we are in that building phase, this crazy time in a relationship where everything's happening. You've got small kids. And I just think sometimes we literally are on this roller coaster, holding on for dear life, being like, ah. But there's no one else that I want to be sitting next to than my husband. And so I wanted to kind of share that story with you because I want to get back to the clifftop moment. It was that clifftop moment when I decided to get on that plane and go to California. And, you might be having those clifftop moments too, and in your own life with your own situations. And what I wanted to say was, you know what? It is hard to be at that top of that cliff, and it's scary and it's fearful. But what you need to remember is you have worked so hard climbing that cliff to get there, and you have learned so much along the way. You have everything you need to know. And yes, that's the final test. Yes, you're standing at the top of that cliff. But you know what? It's the best part. It's time to jump. It's time for you to jump off that cliff and just trust and surrender and believe in all that you've done to get to that point, and that, it's all going to be, the universe is working in your favor, that, you've done what you needed to do. You've learned the lessons you need to learn. So, I guess I just wanted to share that little story. Thank you, Lindsay and Pacey. I love you guys. So I just wanted to share that kind of love story, Valentine's, and the clifftop moments, because the clifftop moments have always been really pivotal for me. And, you know, I just love connecting with you guys. I hope something maybe in that story resonated with you. And happy Valentine's Day, and shine bright, everyone. Bye.